I said there shouldn't be something you shouldn't expect from these kind of stories, but I'm still a little disappointed. No struggle, no conflict, just a complete and total one-sided victory. I guess the one thing that I do get tired for a lot of these isekais or fantasy-like stories, there's never a struggle, a conflict, or you feel like the main characters are in any true danger or they have themselves back into a corner. It's just a one-sided victory over and over. And yes, Hajime has faced stronger opponents, but the beautiful thing about each individual is that you never underestimate them because you'll never know. Like, even the weakest power can become very dangerous. Something I learned from JoJo, don't underestimate any stand. Even the weakest stand can become dangerous if you know how to use it. And I know this is not JoJo, but it's the problem I have with a lot of these power fantasy isekais is where the main character and his group is too powerful. Nothing's really a challenge for him. So when you see all them worrying and stuff like that, you don't feel it. You don't feel like, oh boy, I can't wait for them to win. You don't have that feeling because you already know what's going to happen. You know it's going to be a one-sided, complete landslide of a victory for the main characters. So when you see all the worrying, you don't feel like, oh, what if they might lose this one? No, it shows the king is completely oblivious, the prince is just a horn dog, and everyone else in the entire kingdom is a one-sided character. Nothing to them, no true personality. They all think and act the same way. Nothing different about them, no individuality whatsoever in the entire kingdom. It's one of the things I just get really tired of these guys like this, so one-sided. Nothing surprising or interesting happens. What if the king, expected this and brought up some surprise, something that caught them off guard. So the more you see how these rabbits are OP, makes you wonder, you know, I guess they did explain how to capture the rabbits in the first place, but at the same time, you're having a hard time believing in that after what they do right now in this episode. Like, how? How is this even possible? You know, the rabbits do show that they're very skillful, but they're not completely monstrously strong. So they have to use sneak tactics in order to fight the guards, which is smart. It's realistic in a way. They're not coming in just beating everybody up. Shia, on the other hand, has that incredible strength. So of course, she can KO guards with one punch and stuff, and send them flying for hammer, her Nora-like hammer, where she shoots magical projectiles and it connected to a chain so she can do long distance attacks as well, besides aerial projections, which is pretty cool and everything. But like I said, the thing that set me off from it was just, it wasn't really that interesting or exciting. Hajime can now use spiders now. I would like it better if it was a little tiny little flying droid instead. Would made more sense, be more of his style, but a spider? Okay. Another thing, you don't have a set of how he's able to do these things, create these things. I guess he just put mana or something he crafts, and then he just gives it life and he tells it what to do. And I guess that's it. Whatever. But, so he's capable of doing a lot of crazy things, so, okay, at least that's set. But I wonder how far he can take it. So can he, make giant insect or animal-like machines, put mana in them, and have them go on a rampage, do the fighting for him instead? He can make his entire army like that way, if that is the case. A very cheap skill, you would say, if he's capable of doing that. But I think he is, if he can do this to a spider. I'm sure he can do this to other animals and even humanoid robots, if he wanted to. So, there's that one thing in his pocket. But anyways, the princess is being, flirty with Hajime, because who else are they going to flirt with, But one thing I do like is because at least Hajime is someone you can see someone flirting with. You're in a school and there's always the bad boy. The guy who don't show much emotion. He's very tough. He gets stuff done. He's to the point. No BS. And no one wants to F him. But girls do flock to those kind of guys. So at least I can see girls flooding over Hajime than Koki. But then again, even at the party, there are girls over Koki as well. So Koki, you can't say he doesn't have any game. The dude does have game, so I have to take that back. But yeah, Hajime at least is more realistic because he's more of a bad boy, and chicks dig bad boys. So he's there doing what he wants. He takes what he wants. He shows that alpha male mentality, that presence. So of course, all the girls will be flocking towards him, especially the very powerful ones. Even the princess herself is like, "Oh my goodness, I got a taste of that." But she thought she'd be engaged to a scumbag, of course. And the thing I kind of wish that the story would have went a different thing. They killed the prince. Of course, they killed the prince. King's still alive. He has to submit to the vows. But I would have been more interested if Lily herself showed some moxie as well. Like, there's some movies I watch where girls are married into an engagement of marriage where they have to deal with a douchebag of a husband. But as years went on, they learn to take that to their advantage. Like, I have power now. So she has that power. So she does take things. She blackmail the guy. She lets the guy does whatever he wants as long as it's not to her. And she does what she wants as well in the return of that marriage. She used that marriage to gain more political gain and power throughout the years. That would have been more interesting, her being crown princess, end up marrying a dude. They could kill off the father instead, have the prince do the vow. The prince does whatever he wants, as long as not harming anybody or anything like that. Like he can have an affair or whatever, but she does her own thing at the same time. So they're only married by name. So therefore, she gains the power, cleans up the kingdom and stuff like that, and people have more respect for her. That would have been a more interesting turnout, showing some character development for her instead of just leave it all to Hajime and Shia and stuff. I would have liked to see that, but we didn't get that at the end of the day, which kind of sucks. So, anyways, like I said, this episode's done now. It's done. Shia got her praise. She came in like a leader. She defeated easily, like I said, easily. Like there's no challenge here. But of course, they're fighting regular humans with no actual abilities. So of course, it's easy for them to do this. So like I said, it makes you wonder how they really captured these beastmen if it was so easy for them to attack these guys. Just saying. Just saying. Anyways, I'm just glad this arc is over. The arc started out interesting, but then towards the end, I'm like, it became kind of predictable, generic. I didn't really care much for it at the end. I'm like, let's just get this over with. You already know what's going to happen. Okay, and the same slop you get anywhere else. So I still like the series. Don't get me wrong. I still like this series. It's that every now and then you gotta deal with stuff like this, and it gets kind of boring. It really does. But I'm glad the world they go on to the next hour. Go back to the Sea of Trees, Forest of Trees, where the heck? There was a villain, and I think it was called Dream Eater Mary, called the Sea of Trees in the anime and stuff like that. A very powerful being in the dream world. But that's the only time I ever heard the Sea of Trees. But anyways, that's what I got for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. This is the background, all anime. Signing out.